Hey, what is going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today I'm doing the biggest video that I have done on this channel. 220 plus iOS 13 features. Now, I tried to gather all the new features of iOS 13 in one video, so I will try to go as fast as I can through them because there's a lot to cover. First of all, we will talk about the design changes, the new features, then we're gonna get into the apps and their changes, and also into settings. So let's get started. Dark mode is finally here. After years of requesting dark mode, iOS 13 now has a dark mode. There is also a new volume HUD with iOS 13. This has been requested for years now, and finally it's here. Alongside with the new volume HUD, there is also a new ringer volume HUD, so when you change the ringer volume, you will see that HUD up there. A new change on the dock: when you remove icons, now they will space out. The widgets have been redesigned, a much nicer and cleaner look. Instead of scroll mode, the widgets now have this arrow, which of course will do the same function. There is a new app called Find My. This is a new app on iOS 13. The contacts icon has also been redesigned alongside with the reminders icon. The new volume HUD of iOS 13 now interacts. When you touch it, you can bring up or down the volume simply by swiping on the volume HUD. There are new gestures on iOS 13. You can undo by swiping with 3 fingers, or you can redo by swiping to the right with 3 fingers. You can also copy by swiping like this, or paste by swiping like this. On iOS 13 now you can go ahead and easily scroll simply by tapping and holding the scroll right here on the right side, and you can scroll faster on page views like this. On the iOS 13 Spotlight search, now you have the ability to ask Siri for whatever you're searching for. You will be able to control the ringer volume directly from the lock screen of your device. On the Spotlight search, you will get Siri suggestions. You can dismiss them by force touching and tapping the X button. If an app has a widget, you can force touch on the icon of that app, and you can go ahead and add the widget directly from here. You can select text easy simply by tapping and sliding like this. Just tap and slide right there on the text, and you can easily select that. On the email app or anywhere where you have to select stuff, you can just go ahead and tap with 2 fingers and start selecting like this. If you have dictation enabled, wherever you go on your device, you will see a mic right there at the search bar. iOS 13 now has the ability to support PS4 and Xbox One controllers. When you have voice control enabled, you will see a mic icon right there on the top. There is a new dictation icon which has been redesigned. Also, if you go right there, the keyboard has been redesigned as well. Whenever you have to select something on the settings app, the check mark has been also redesigned. On the control center of iOS 13, now you will have the ability to control your Wi-Fi networks and your Bluetooth connections directly from the control center. So all you gotta do is just force touch on one of them, and then of course you can go ahead and manage the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi networks directly from here. You can also disconnect now Bluetooth connections, so if you're connected to a Bluetooth device, you can disconnect it directly from here. There is a switch for the dark mode right here on the control center, so just force touch on the brightness slider and you can change there between light and dark appearance. Changing the volume on the control center, it will show you the device in which you're changing the volume. There's a new QR code icon right here on the control center. New voice memo icons as well, so if you force touch on it, you can see here new icons as well. There are also a new icon. There is a new icon for the hearing, and also if you go to the camera, you will see new icons for tick portrait and tick portrait selfie. Also, there's a new magnifier interface, so if you open the magnifier from here, you will see a much nicer and cleaner interface right here on the magnifier. Also, if you go right here on the control center, now you can force touch anywhere on the toggles to go to the full screen mode like this. Now previously you had to touch on the middle, now you can force touch anywhere and it will pop up. On the iMessage app, there are a few changes. There's a new ellipsis right there instead of the edit button, and you will have a blue button right there to start a new conversation. Also, if you tap right here, now you will see not edit, but you will see manage messages list. That's new as well. Now you will have the ability to go ahead and share your name and picture directly from the iMessage app. So you want to share your picture, your name with someone, you can do that with iOS 13. There are also new animojis on iOS 13 as well, and also there are a few new memoji edit like stuff that you can add, like the Apple AirPods and all that stuff. We have some like new stuff here to customize the Memoji. Also now we have Memoji stickers, so you can use your Memoji as a sticker on iOS 13. And you can see right here, when you go to edit and you click cancel right there, you can keep editing or discard the changes. The Photos app has also been completely redesigned. Now you will have a new Photos tab where you will find years, months, days, and all photos as well. Now you can see right there, the videos and the live photos will autoplay when you're going through the photos on the Photos tab. That's really cool as well. Also, if we go to albums, you will see right there, there is no camera roll. Now we have recent instead of the camera roll. Also now we have a new edit section right here, so if we go to edit, you can see this has completely been redesigned. Also the crop has been moved down here, and also we'll have the new ability to flip photos directly from here. That's really cool as well and very useful. So that's really awesome. Also, when sharing photos on iOS 13, now you will have options right there. So you have all photo data, you will have an option right there for that. There is also a new video editor now on iOS 13. You can edit videos as well. Just tap right there and you will have all the cool features that you have with photos. So that's really cool as well. Of course, when playing videos, you will have a new button right there where you can mute or unmute the video. That's really awesome. You can also combine search terms on iOS 13 when you're searching for pictures. Like you can search for cars and roads or cats and dogs. You can search like for 2 or more terms on iOS 13. And also if you just have like a picture or a video, you can swipe up like this and tap show in all photos, and it will show you where that is saved on the all photos section. Safari got the most new features on iOS 13, starting with a new home here, a completely new design. Right here at the top you will find the download manager that's new on iOS 13. And if you tap right there, you will see all the stuff that you have downloaded. You will have a button right there to clear the downloads, and that button right there which will take you to the place where that has been saved. Now if you go to the private mode on iOS 13, now if you go to private, you will find like a new pop-up that will show you that you're on private. So you can see right there, you can see this pop-up that tells you that you're on private browsing mode. That's really cool as well. Also, there is a new zoom option on iOS 13. So if we go right here, you can see if I tap here, you can go ahead and zoom in and out here on the website. And when you're on private mode, you will see like the address bar right there will be dark. Also now we have website settings, so you can tap right there to go to the website settings, and you can go ahead and change settings for each of the websites that you visit. Of course, we have here a new tab to hide the toolbar. So what this does is it will take Safari on this like full screen mode. That's really awesome as well. You tap there to go back. And also we have request desktop website with a new icon right there as well. If you go to a website that has reader view on Safari, all you have to do is just force touch right there on the A and it will take you to the reader view. That's really awesome to have. A very nice feature. If you just swipe up like that, you can see it will hide the toolbar and will take you to that like full screen mode. Now if you go like this and you go to the tabs, you can go ahead and force touch on a tab right there to go to the context menu. Let me just show that again. So if we have multiple tabs right here, you can go ahead and force touch right here and it will show you this context menu. If you have multiple tabs open on Safari and you want to add bookmarks for all of them, just press and hold right there on the bookmark and you can go ahead and add like bookmarks for all the tabs that you have currently open. And then that will be created into a folder, so you can see right there. I can go ahead and tap and hold right there and I can open in new tabs all the bookmarks that are on that folder. If you're searching for a website like here for Apple, you can see you will get like these suggestions right here. So without opening the Apple website, I can go to any of these sections of the website directly from there. On the reader view menu of Safari, you will find different fonts right here, and they actually represent the actual font that has been changed as well. And if you go to the share menu right here, now you can see that markup has replaced create PDF. If you go to the website settings of any of the websites, you can go ahead and enable automatic request desktop side and also automatic use reader view. So once you open that website, those will be enabled automatically. If you're trying to open a website and you already have it on another tab, it will suggest you to switch to that tab. From the front page of Safari, now you can force touch on any of the bookmarks or the favorites and you can peek into website. When you have dark mode enabled on your device and you visit a website that supports dark mode, it will automatically turn it on. And also when you go to clear the history on iOS 13, now these are all red. The music app has also been redesigned quite a bit. Now you have a redesigned player right here. A lot of the elements have been redesigned. You can tap right here and you can go to the lyrics if it supports for that song. Also, you have a redesigned AirPlay button right there, and if you go right here, you can go to a new menu. You can see the menu is totally new on iOS 13, and then you have the queue right here where you can find all the songs, and of course you can rearrange them directly from here. And another interesting thing is that if you go to the player, and you can see right here, once it starts playing the song after 3 seconds, the time will fade away. On the App Store, there are a lot of changes as well. The update section now has moved to the account, so you have to go to your account and you will find your updates right there. And we have a new arcade section right here. Apple is bringing a lot of new games right here. If you go to the top and you want to search for something, so let's just search for an app, you can see it will show glyphs of the Apple Watch for the apps that support the Apple Watch. And also on the search bar, you can see a lot of words right there that basically suggest you what you can search on the Apple Store. Going to the update section, you can see here now we have updated recently. Also, you have the ability to delete apps directly from here. There is a gallery view right here on the Notes app, so you tap right there to switch between the list and the gallery view. That's really awesome as well. Also, if you force touch, now you will have icons right here. Previously we had just the words, now you will have icons as well. Also, there are now shared folders on iOS 13, and that's really interesting. You can go ahead and share folders and basically share notes directly from here. And you can also basically tap on the share button and you can just choose view only, so no one will be able to modify those notes, only view them. The timer has also been redesigned, a new look right here. Another feature is that it will show you the time that it expires right here. On the phone app, when you're searching for your contacts, you will see an icon right there for your emergency contact. When you're on a call on iOS 13, the picture of the contact will be on the background. We also have larger icons here on the screen, and also some of them have been redesigned. You can now edit the contact's photo right here. This is really interesting. If you go to the edit, you can go ahead and basically edit the picture right here. You can go ahead, tap right there, you can scale it of course, and then you can also add different filters to the picture of the contact. You can also go ahead and add any of the emojis or memojis as a profile pic for any of your contacts. On the Files app on iOS 13, there are new features as well, like a new player. When you're playing media right here, you will have a new look right here. It also supports APFS, the Apple file system, and also zip and unzip. This is really awesome. You can also go ahead and connect the server, or you can go ahead and scan documents directly from here. And then you will have here as well your download, just go ahead, tap right here, we'll have your download locations. You can enable or disable any of the download locations, as well as rearrange them any way that you like. There are also a ton of changes with the screenshot. You can see right here that the UI has been totally redesigned. Also, if you tap done right there, you can go ahead and save it to the photos, or you can save it to the Files app. That's a new option. And of course, the tools right here have been redesigned as well, and now you will find a delete button right there. Now, if you have multiple screenshots, you can delete each of them individually. You don't have to delete all of them at the same time. And if you go right here, now you will have a new option for opacity right there. And now you can also take full screen, like screenshots. Where you're on a website, you take a screenshot, it will take a screenshot of the complete website, not just that part when you're focused on. There are a ton of new features on the keyboard as well. Slide to type is finally here on the keyboard on iOS 13. Also, we have a new emoji button, so if you go to the keyboard on iOS 13, you will see the emoji right there. If you tap right here, it will switch to emoji, where you will find the stickers as well, so you can use stickers directly from here. There are 38 new languages on the keyboard on iOS 13, as well as fonts are coming to iOS 13. There is a new feature as well that deletes slides, so when you slide something, all you have to do is just tap delete and will delete the whole slide. On the email app, there are a few changes as well. You can see this toolbar right here. You can now attach pictures directly from here very easily. Also, we have a new send button right there. That's really cool as well. If you 3D touch on an email, you will get all these cool options right here. It will show you a preview of the email and you have all the options down here. There is also a new reply menu, so if you tap right there, you can see the reply, and from here you can change the color of the flag, or you can go ahead and unflag directly from there. Also, you can go ahead and mute basically the conversation directly from this place right here. Also, if you go ahead and tap right there on the contact that has sent you this email, you can go ahead and block those contacts directly from here. There's also a new color for the archive that looks really cool. And also, if you swipe here, you can go ahead, tap more, and you can mute directly from here. The Reminders app has totally been redesigned. You can see it looks very different. You will have today, scheduled, and all right there, and you will have your lists down here. You can go ahead and create a new reminder, and you can go ahead and quickly add here the time and the location, all that stuff directly from there. Also, it shows you Siri suggestions, so if you have like a meeting that someone sent you on an iMessage, it will show them right here, so you can go ahead and add reminders. The Maps app has also changed a lot. A new feature, an awesome feature, is look around. So if you go to location that supports this feature, you will see right here, look around. You tap right there and you can look around on that location. That is really amazing. It looks pretty cool. So right here you will also find your favorites, which have been redesigned, and also you can create locations right here. On the Books app now, you will find reading goals and you can set them directly from here. Going to your account on the Books app, now you will also find notifications, and you will have here reading goals and book recommendations, and you can enable notifications from them directly from here. The Shortcuts app has also been redesigned. You can see this looks really different, and you have also automations right now on the Shortcuts app. It will also come pre-installed on iOS 13. Now, with the new Shortcuts app, you can also change the appearance, so you can use shortcuts to set dark mode and light mode on your iOS 13. Also, the app's view has been redesigned, so if we go right here, we want to create an automation right here, or we want to create a shortcut, you can go ahead and go to the apps and you will see right here a totally different view. On the Health app, you will find a totally redesigned summary view right here, as well as highlights. That's really awesome. You have a new search section right there, and also a new profile page that has been redesigned as well on iOS 13. You will also see a new icon here for access to your records. You can see this has been redesigned as well. The share sheet has also been redesigned on iOS 13. Now you will get suggestions right there at the top, which look really awesome. Also, there is a new page here for the airdrop. Lower here you can find also markup that has been replaced. PDF, it was create PDF, now it is markup. That's new as well. And also, if you have shortcuts that, for example, you can run here on Safari, you will see them right here. And here more has been replaced with manage, and now you don't have an edit button right here, and you can just basically rearrange them any way you like. That's new as well. And also, if you're sharing a website, you can now tap on the options and it will give you a few options on how you want to send that website. Also, Siri got a new voice. It will feel more natural as well, and it has Indian English accent. The Stocks app now has a new edit button, as well as a lot of elements right here on the interface have been redesigned. There is a new splash screen for the podcast as well. This is what you will see the first time you open the podcast app on iOS 13. Podcast app got a really cool new feature. When you're playing a video podcast and you go out of the app, it will still play in the background, and that's really cool. Also, you will see a redesign here, a little redesign here on the controls on the podcast, and it looks really awesome. Now let's move on to the settings app and see a few settings that have been changed. If you go to the settings app and go to cellular data, now you will have the option to enable low data mode to consume less data. On screen time, now you will find communications limits, so you can change the communication limits, basically what contact someone will be able to contact. Now you will also have a new option called 1 more minute, so when the time limit passes you can ask for 1 more minute. Also, if you add app limits, now you will have the ability to combine app limits, so you can add the same limit for a few apps. On the display and brightness section, you will find the new light and dark mode. Also, you can set it to automatic. What it does is that it will change the dark mode and the light mode automatically based on the time. Also, if you swipe down here, you will find bold text. Now you can change to bold text without having to reboot your device. There is a new accessibility section on the settings app on iOS 13. Right here we'll find the new zoom. You can see that looks totally different. If you go back, you will also find display and text size. That's a new section where you will also find the auto brightness. Going back, you will have motion. Right here we'll find the new reduce motion, so that has been changed as well. If you go to touch, right here as well you will find the new assistive touch. And if you go to assistive touch and you enable it, right now you will have the ability to add shortcuts to the assistive touch menu, and that's really cool as well. And if you go back lower here, you will also find voice control. So voice control has been added and you can enable it directly from here. On the wallpaper section, you will find now a new button right here to enable a darker wallpaper when you have the dark mode enabled. Also, setting a wallpaper, now you will have a totally new interface. Going to the battery settings and battery health, now you will find optimized battery charging right here. That's a new feature that is really useful. Going to the privacy, you will see that the motion and fitness icon has changed. On the iTunes and App Store, now you will have new options. Now you can go ahead and download apps over 200 megabytes. You can just go here and ask if over 200 megabytes, or you can set always allow or always ask. If you go to the mail settings, you will see right here preferred language. You can switch it directly from here. Also, you can go ahead and enable right here ignore block senders. That's really cool to have as well. And also you can go ahead and include attachments with replies. If you go right here, you can change the option for that. Going to the reminders section on the settings app, you can enable today's notification right here. Also, show as overdue has been changed and removed down here. We have quite a few settings on Safari as well. You can change the language for Safari right there. That's really awesome. If you go right here, we'll find downloads, and right here you can change this section where you want to basically save your downloads. If you go remove downloads right here, you can change how you want to clear the downloads list. You can do that manually, or upon successful download, or after 1 day. You can also enable right here show link previews as well as close tabs right here. You can choose to automatically close tabs after 1 day, week, or 1 month directly from there. That's really awesome. And then you will have also website settings from here, so you can go ahead and change the zoom for each of the websites. So you have your websites right here that you have already changed that, and you can switch that, or you can choose right here for all the other websites. You can do all that for the request desktop side as well, and also the reader view, and then of course camera location and microphone. On the Photos app, you will have here a new option to autoplay videos and live photos on the Photos app on iOS 13. On the Books section on settings, you also have the language right there, and if you scroll lower here, you can enable or disable reading goals, and you can also clear the reading goals data from there. If you go to the Notes settings, you can go ahead and click on Sort Check Items, and from here you can choose to sort them manually or automatically. There are a few changes with Face ID as well. Now there is a new feature called Face ID Attention. That's really cool. So basically when you're FaceTiming, you will look like you were looking straight into the camera even if you're not. Also, Face ID now gives you an haptic feedback when it successfully unlocks your device, and it is much faster on iOS 13. On location services, now we have a new option, so you can choose an app to use your location always or while using the app. But with iOS 13 now you can choose also ask next time, so every time it wants to use your location it will have to ask you. Taking a look at the apps that have used your battery on iOS 13, now you will see connected to charger for apps that you have used while your iPhone has been connected. On iOS 13 you can edit the Memojis directly on third-party apps as well. When going to home screen and going to apps on iOS 13, you will see a little like slide animation on the home bar. If you have your device on mute and you try to press the volume up button, it will give you an haptic feedback. There is a new screen now. When announcing messages with Siri, you will get this new pop-up that looks really nice. This is a new feature on iOS 13. You can see this pop-up that shows you how many times an app has used your location. So that is it for this video, guys. These are more than 220 new features and changes on iOS 13. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like. It took a lot of work to create it, so leave a like if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to share it and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you on the next one.